try to get a closer look in the most inconspicuous way possible. I'm just a person reading the newspaper. What are you talking about?
All right, into the store.
I'll be like, I want to see through the window or like at the door. I want to get more information before I go in.
Okay. Go ahead and make either a perception or investigation check.
Oh God, both my worst skills. 16. I'm rolling good though. That was investigation.
Okay.
I forgot I'm a bard.
Um,
I have like a shitload of bonuses that I didn't ask
all
for.
those, yeah, skills. Um, you the front of the store is all glass. You can see there's a couple displays in the front. It's a little tough to see through. There's a dollhouse on the left. Seems like it's in pretty nice condition. They're showing the back of it. Rooms all done up. There's little lights, everything. Through that, you can see there's some kind of movement. You can't quite tell. There's at least one figure moving about, and they're a little frantic. And I'll say um fear this 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 high pitched violin, the din, 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 and um with a 16, something either got knocked over. Someone's lying there about 15 feet from the door. And as you're kind of like gathering that, they roll over.
Oh no, that's creepy.
You see the body starts to kind of get up on their knees and then eventually stand up. You can see an elvish woman finally stands to her feet.
Oh, I think I'm connecting the dots. Does it look like somebody got knocked out in the middle of a robbery?
Goes,
Okay. I have comms with the crew, right?
I'm sorry.
I have comms I can use with the crew, right? Also, there's two Seans, and that's a lot.
Spooky.
That's a lot.
Imagine two suds.
Imagine two sets. I'm gonna I'm gonna get on comms and at least tell everybody where I am
Okay.
before I. This is the problem. Ryan, the gamer, wants to go in the store. Elior's smarter than that and knows not to go in the store. But I like a good story, so I'm going to go in the store. I am not going to act or behave as if I know what's going on. I'm just strolling into an antique shop.
All right. As you head into the missing piece, you
Let's hear.
hear a conversation getting stifled. Um, the last little bit. The fuck was I supposed to do, Deborah? Um, excuse me. And the elvish woman that like stood up, you can see she's holding something to her head. And she'll kind of glance quickly at you, and then she walks towards the back of the room. Um, you can see an older or half orc gentleman is standing behind the counter. Um, and he seems really concerned. Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. You must be closing. I can come back another time.
uh, it's it's no problem. Is there something I can help you with?
There is a thing that Elior is going to do where he very performatively follows Deborah as she goes into the back. Um, I'm sorry. Is she well?
Yeah, yeah. a piece just had fallen over, and I think it might have clipped her a little bit. It's nothing. Is there something you're looking for?
No, I was just passing by on the street. A very nice title. And
That fear is coming from him.
it's a very nice title. I like antiques. I can come back later if you need me to. But I wouldn't mind the opportunity to look around if you're still open.
That's not a problem.
Good. I'm gonna start poking around, but I'm gonna try to keep within his line of sight.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything too impressive here. Make another investigation check.
Jesus Christ, 18. I have a +2 to investigation. What is up with me tonight?
As you start walking around, you notice a few things. 18 is pretty good here. The store itself looks a little rough. The building isn't too bad. You're in the 5th level right now, so you're not in the super fancy area, but you've stayed out of where things get a little too dicey. But inside there's not none of the antiques seem like they're being super cared for, except for there's a few selections behind the counter. There's mostly books, will look like a couple paintings, and there's a glass case. It's got some weapons, some knives, a few jewels, watches, necklaces. Those all look pretty nice. You also can see where Deborah seems to have fallen. There's a real light spattering of some blood. However she went down, it looks like caused a little bit of blood, not pooling or anything, but you can see it on the carpet next to the edge of the table you saw her stand up from. You also can see, kind of right in that area, a square-shaped dust imprint on a table. It doesn't look too out of place. In fact, it's almost hidden. It looks like something was adjusted just from the right. You kind of notice 2 little inconsistencies on the table that you're looking at. The biggest is that square, but you can see what looks to be a little 3-tiered serving tray. Used to be further to the right, and you don't know if you saw Deborah move it just then, but it looks like it's definitely been moved fairly recently to try and cover up some of the missing area that whatever this square had taken up. There's a shelf about 2 feet above it, so it couldn't have been anything taller than realistically this stand, but
How wide?
it looks probably like 1.5 feet by 2 feet.
I'm going to very intentionally not go near that, but I will notice it. And I will get to the blood and I will look at it, and then I will look at the gentleman who I imagine is still scared. Yeah. What's your favorite item in this shop?
Um,
Not one you're willing to part with, just what's your favorite thing?
well, I suppose there's this locket here, and he'll point into the glass case, and there's this is little looks like a silver locket. It's got some detailing on the sides. Looks like it's almost made of like it's supposed to look like a little tree, perhaps with some branches going about. And there's a little blue gem sort of stuck in the heart of the tree. I don't know. A woman brought this in one day a few years back, and said she didn't care to have it any longer, but well, even for a couple hundred credits, she was happy to walk away from it. And I don't know if I'll ever sell it, but I've always kept it at the top of the case. It just there's something nice about it.
Is he telling the truth? This is an insight request.
Good.
11.
So that's not. He didn't roll very high. That's not entirely the truth. It's one of those liars. Like a woman probably did bring this in. She probably didn't need that much money for it. There's probably something else, but he's not entirely lying to you.
I don't get the sense he's being genuine about this is his favorite item in the store.
You actually, you kind of do.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of the opposite. He's almost. You almost get the impression he's talking something up he probably shouldn't really bring much attention to, but he's just saying, oh, it's nice, it looks nice, I'll never sell it, but almost like he himself is like, maybe I shouldn't have talked about it.
Hmm.
It's odd.
I think Elior will kneel down at, I imagine, a glass case, so I'm kneeling down to eye level to see this thing.
Yeah.
Or is it okay? Hmm. I don't think I look very good in a locket. I say that with a nice, like, genuine smile. But the gem setting is very pretty. Blue and silver are a really nice combination.
Yeah, but there's lots nice here. We've got you never did say what you were looking for. I'll say with the roles you've had, you can notice Deborah has peeked out from the back room twice to see if you've left yet.
Oh, okay. To be honest, I'm new to the city. I was just wandering around. So I guess I'm just looking for things to see and people to meet. I have friends with me, but I don't know. It's nice to step away and get a quiet break from even the people you like.
Sure, sure. Well, it is just about closing time here.
Listen, I appreciate you letting me come and browse at such short notice. I'm sure it's been a very busy day for you. And Elior is actually going to direct this comment at Deborah. You know, my friends might find this shop very interesting, and they love stories. And above all else, they love helping people. And, well, if you would like, I would be happy to bring my friends here tomorrow or later on to learn more about your store. I am trying to say without saying, Pat, I can bring my friends here and help you if you're in trouble.
All right. Make a persuasion check.
Me, a persuasion check? That is a
I
nat,
don't know how. Good.
that
Sorry.
is a nat 20, so that's a 29.
Ian, stop it. I mean, don't stop it. But
You see through time and space.
You just,
My job.
I feel like Elior starts to say that and it cuts to a chibi cut of him being like, oh, well, if you want somebody come help you, come help.
Uh, she slams the door closed, realizing that you have realized that she is there, and then it startles the orc gentleman. What? That's very nice. There's nothing, and she opens just you could actually, Liam. They could. Deborah, it's not. You don't know what the fuck it is, Liam.
Yeah, bruh.
What did you see?
Did they just ask me what did I see?
Yeah.
People in hoods carrying a tube, blood on the floor, and movement of objects to hide something. I'm sorry, I wasn't forthcoming. I could just tell you were scared.
Uh,
oh,
Uh-oh.
They got Pat.
the
Cat is frozen
fear
in, like,
that
the
you've
most-
been. Oh no!
You were stuck in the most thespian position, though.
I
You were
know.
like,
It was a good look.
A little Shakespearean. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. I'm getting a new modem for my parents tomorrow, so we should have better internet. I will also have to remember to reset up Foundry, but we're working on it. But I'm back. We're good.
Yeah. The fear.
The fear changes to like a quick little like confusion, concern, amazement, and then back to not as it's been a simmering fear, and something about Deborah coming in and getting involved starts to sort of quell that. He's definitely confused at what you've picked up or anything. But Deborah will kind of start walking out a little bit. And you can see she's got a little bandage on her forehead. Yeah, those are the gutter lights. Those shits got a tip, apparently. We're supposed to sell that piece tomorrow morning.
Oh, no.
Oh, fucked.
Elior is going to keep his composure and not show that he knows who the gutter lights are. But I know who the gutter lights are. And he is going to look at Deborah and Liam and say, I have an idea. Do you like tea?
Yeah, I like tea.
Wash your hands.
I set up shop 2 shops down from fucking tea house.
I thought so. I turned to Liam. I wonder if we could close up shop. I'll call my friends, and you can tell me all about these gutter lights. I have a wonderful herbal blend that's good for pain relief and helping to ease nerves.
Liam will go, Deb, this is fucked. We can't get more people involved. How do we know they're not going to steal the rest of our fucking shit? I'll say again, your rolls have just been high enough. He glances at the thing he acted like that tree pendant, like as he talks about people coming in and stealing more. So, Liam, You got us into this fucking mess. We've got to get ourselves out of it together. We need help. Give us a half hour to clean up and get our senses together. Can you do that? Maybe an hour? Meet at,
Of
I don't
course.
know.
But before I go, Elior is going to bend over and prestidigitate the blood off the floor for them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm Elior, by the way. And you must be Liam and Deborah. And before you go any further, yes, I genuinely want to help. No, I have no ulterior motive. And yes, my crew will help you.
I'll see you in the morning.
And I recognize that probably makes you even more suspicious. But in the little time I have been on this planet, if I've learned anything, it's that everyone is scared.
Something like that.
Please take care of yourself. And I'll let my friends know. We'll be back in an hour with the tea. And I will understand if when I come back you don't want to speak with us. It's your decision. But we really are happy to help.
Well, how about you wait until you hear what's going on until you commit to anything too stupid?
Oh, I'm kind, but I like to think I'm not naive. And Elior is going to walk out the door. And before he opens the door, is going to turn to Liam and say, I think you need to take the locket out of the case and keep it someplace special because it is important to you. And you deserve it. And he's going to leave.
As you're walking out, he goes, I didn't say fucking anything about the locket, don't you? All right.
The problem with Elior is that in any other context, he'd be a fucking creep. So I really. You all would tell me if he's creepy, right?
He's not.
No.
No, you wouldn't tell me he's a creep. I knew it.
I need someone to match my vibe.
Yeah. I am going to actually go to the tea shop and I'm going to get on comms and say, well, I might have found us a job.
Where are the rest of us when this happens? Are we just finishing up with the drinking contest?
I would
We're in the
say
bar.
it's fairly late at night. Yeah, when this happens. You're
Oh, okay.
probably you're probably realistically heading to the bar when this happens. Time's weird in this planet, so they're still open.
Well, on the one hand, we just got 1,000 credits today because of Klik. On the other
Rich
hand,
bitch.
it wouldn't hurt for us to actually have our first case.
When you say that we got 1,000 credits because of Klik, Elior smiles really dopily when you say because of Klik. Not the 1,000 credits, because of Klik. He's like, yes.
My Lyra never let me off the ship.
Your mic is up, but that's okay. Oh, your mic is up by your ear.
Yeah,
Christina,
no one
your
can
mic
hear
is
you,
like
Christina.
up here.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
you were audible for a second. It just sounded like you were sitting away from your mic. Now it's nothing.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Talk an interpretive dance.
You charades. All right. So yeah, you guys are hanging out at the bar. You get your comms from Elior about this potential job. What's going on?
Tenebris will come back down to the bar to find everyone to discuss the comms. Uh-huh.
So what?
Sorry.
Uh,
Real
what?
quick. There was a kid outside 2 days ago, Pat, who did that fucking laugh, and I just about phoned you and was like, it's in real life and I'm killing you.
It's following you.
The kid has not been here since. I just lost my mind. Sorry, continue, David.
They didn't have the shriek flute, did they?
You know what? I want to bet it's the same kid.
That
Probably
motherfucker.
is.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're at a bar.
So like this thing we're doing, should we like get uniforms, or like how do like detectives like dress? Is there a look? Should we have a look?
I
I
think
I I don't wait. Go ahead, Ryan.
I think you come as you are, but no blood or wounds. We want to look nice.
Well, I
Klik
would
does
want to
sound
come with
like
blood anyway. That usually shows a more underlying problem.
Klik does sound like she drank something bad. Like there's a small evil horse living in her throat. But otherwise, we're fine.
I would have said a frog, but an evil horse is a correct assessment.
Oh, do I want to know what's in those drinks?
Don't worry, Captain. Klik drank them all. There's no risk you have one by accident.
Oh, good. I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, we can be right over.
Wonderful. You can take your time. We have about an hour. Does anybody need any tea?
No, but on that timetable, I can have a good number of shots.
Annabelle says turned and left to go to the tea shop. I wasn't drinking before. I'm not drinking now.
Tanner says you walk back into the lobby. A quick glance to your left, and there's that strange star map again. And as you see it, you have the weirdest memory of going down a slide, this long, twisting slide into. No, no, you never did that. Weird.
There's a very distinct moment of like death glare at this star map, and then they continue. I'm gonna fucking figure this thing out. Just you wait.
All right. Bjorn, Levi, you guys having some shots?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
All
I got to
right.
redeem myself after I fucking ate shit after the first drink.
That's tough drink. You are no longer hiccuping fire at this point. That has ended for you. So you should be okay at this point. Yeah, you get some nice drinks brought over while you hang out.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
I now understand that you were saying you didn't have a thing.
Yeah, because it's plugged in as a headset, not as a microphone, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My Yeti orb, tech issues. Who gives a shit? Let's go.
Do. All right, yeah. Klik. Are you drinking too? You heading right to the tea shop?
I would like to pretend that Christina heard any of what just happened, even though I didn't. And someone is gonna have to wrangle Klik from crowd surfing in the background somewhere.
Not gonna do it.
I'm having a fight with a painting. So Bjorn,
God damn it! Is this what being a first mate's all about?
No, this is
Wrangling. It's
That's
all
all
about
about
wrangling.
So you're like crowd surfing, and tell me if this is too much. And all of a sudden you hear the classic, now very common sound above you in the ductwork, thump, 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 and Bjorn just falls from the ceiling, grabs you, and starts running.
Yeah, I guess I had that coming.
No, it's all good, but I figured this was more fun than just shoving through the crowd.
Why are we leaving?
Captain needs us.
Ah, fuck. All right.
10? 10, are you there? Are you meeting us? What are you doing?
I am en route to the tea shop.
Oh, you're gonna
I
do this there.
assumed
All right.
you would finish drinking and collect Klik and then join us.
Ah, shit! Wait, I left half a tequila shot. Levi, catch!
And to
I'm just gonna
Levi.
throw a Klik at him.
Ah,
Not like that! Not like that!
you throw Klik. Ah,
Yes.
okay. I understand now.
And thus, Christina's character dies again.
Who needs a character?
That's ew.
So Levi will catch her and then throw her back into the crowd.
Levi!
You guys got
It's
an
your
hour.
fault for throwing her to me. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna have to court martial you later.
You better.
Um, uh, Sud, I won't take you from your burrito, unless you would not be going oh here. What is Sud up to? I don't want to force you to go along. I know you can tend to find your way into some precarious situations.
I think Sud's wherever they are at the party, and he's just walking around collecting up bottle caps or like some just lint and
Fuck
just
yeah.
putting it in his pockets.
Perfect.
All right. Cool.
Just kind of like around the perimeter, like blind, like he's blind, so he uses like, well, not blind, but I don't know. He just walks around the perimeter because of that.
Got it.
But
Okay.
does he see anything?
Like
Like,
yeah, going around the outside of this party, this huge goblin con, you catch the crowd surfing Klik back and forth. I will say there is a strange little moment between a group of goblins. There's about 6 of them, and they all seem to be pitching some money in together. They're counting it all up. And one of them collects it all. He's got a big handful of bills, and you can see he goes into a store. It's just called Bell's, and there's no like windows or anything in the store. And he comes out with a box that's about as big as he is. He's a pretty young goblin, probably teenager. And you can see he opens it up. It is filled with little goblin firecrackers. There's probably a good 100 in there, and the 6 of them all start grabbing them and filling up their pockets. They're about 3/4 of the way through the box, and one of them starts to chip in, and as he does, he must set something off, and green, purple, orange lights start flashing. The box breaks open. He kind of gets shot up about 10 feet into the air. His hair is all on fire, and the rest of them scatter. And you can see a little bit of a crowd starts both gathering and kind of dispersing from where the explosion is happening. It's really kind of like greasy smoke that happens. And as it does, you can see and hear the other miscreants have started throwing theirs, and little pops and explosions of color start showing up throughout the crowd.
Sud will approach the goblin with like with his hair on fire, I guess, and he'll take out his little vacuum handle, and he'll like generate air in, and like he'll create like this kind of puff in the vacuum hose, I guess. And then when he like ejects it, it just pumps out like a cloud of smoke into his like dust into his face to put out the fire.
The fire goes out instantly. He's just covered like raccoon face with dust for a second.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, that was pretty fucking awesome. Thanks, man. You want a
Yeah.
bomb?
Without saying, he'll just like pocket it. Yeah.
Right, yeah, you get a goblin bomb.
Okay.
I want to make sure I heard that right. He offered him a bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a
Right.
bong, which is what I heard.
Yeah.
They might have those too.
Thud rips bomb. All right. I'll
I'm
carry
not
on.
feeling anything.
Awesome. All right. You guys start heading up towards the tea shop. I'll say Tenebris, you would be the first one to notice there's kind of a growing situation, it seems, in the fourth ring. There was an event that was supposed to be called the Goblin Run. And Bjorn, I think that you had learned near the
The
end of last
boulder.
session something, that something had
Mhm.
happened with the boulder.
That was the gutter lights.
The boulder.
Yes, and you can
Not
see
that
that
boulder,
that
like
now
actual.
there seem to be a group of officers kind of all down here, and a selection of 4 or 5 drones have sort of descended down the ring. You can see usually they kind of float up in various areas, but a decent concentration has all dropped down here. And they seem to be talking to a group of people, looking at people that might have been hurt in the sabotage, and trying to get more information about the gutter lights. It seems like it's a growing sort of situation. As you guys continue on up, Levi, make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's a 9.
Ooh.
All right. You start to feel this like almost like clamminess. Your heart starts to beat a little bit faster, and in like a really brief moment, you go into a rage. You just feel this power within you just kind of start like funneling through you. And then within 6 seconds, no damage, no outlet. It passes. You almost feel a little weak. You stagger just a little bit. You take 1
Kind
point
of like
psychic damage.
1 point. If anyone is like walking next to me, I will like stumble into them and be a little alarmed.
Whoa there. You got some a little bit too drunk at the bar?
Uh yeah, that's got to be it. Must have gotten ahead of myself. Um Pat, is there like a bench or like somewhere?
Yeah, right at the foot of the stairs heading up to the 5th ring. There's a couple of benches that you see that are empty right now. Or a couple benches, one of them's empty.
So Levi's he's gonna be like, I think I just gonna sit down for a sec, and um he'll take like 2 or 3 steps, very like wobbly steps towards the bench, and then
Mhm.
just drops.
Oh no.
Well,
Bjorn's immediately there, like, shit, fuck. Anybody have a healing potion? A healing spell? Quick, something.
Patrick, can I do like a history check to see like what he could have drunk at the what did he fail on his check?
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Um,
And also tell very quickly that he is breathing fine. But he is for any better term, unconscious.
I don't know if this will do any good, but I do have healing hands once per long rest, touch a creature, and restore 4 HP. So whether it is likely or not, Bjorn will very cautiously do this because he's not sure how it'll affect Spike, and you'll feel
Mhm.
kind of like a warming, healing heat come over you.
You see, it's got a kind of dual effect. There is some damage to heal, some light damage to heal, but um, specifically regarding Spike, you see this like almost lashing out, not at you, but maybe towards the bench, continuing that journey. A like um, a slap almost of a tendril reaching out, and it seems to shrink away really quickly. What did you get on your roll, Klik?
21.
There was that first drink that he had tried. It didn't seem to sit well with him, but he had had some bad hiccups. Aside from that, those seem cleared up by now. He was drinking with Levi, but no, unless he got slipped something, there hasn't been anything you've noticed. And I'll say with a 21, you guys at maybe you guys haven't eaten enough with the alcohol and the other stuff. That's the only thing you can think, but you don't even think someone would have slipped him something.
Um,
Do I have more tart in my pocket? Do I have some pocket tart I can offer?
Yeah, you got a couple tarts. You could put some of that the fizzle tart. I believe though not actively conscious at this point.
Hello, I have yummy treats. Wake up in there.
Levi, you had this rushing feeling that was growing. And as you felt like you needed to sit down, you started to sort of fall out of consciousness. It didn't really feel that way. You didn't feel the fall. Or maybe you felt the fall. You didn't feel the landing. Instead, like a breaking through water, gravity continuing on the other side, you're in a space. It's dark. It's kind of damp. And it's familiar, but not really in a nostalgic way. You were here a long time ago. Maybe your bottom. Looking for something, or maybe something looking for you. Thrown away in a corner. Then there was a lot that you gave off an energy, an anger. And in this space, this thing, just as alone, reaching out, at the time, it seemed obvious. Neither of you, were heading upwards. But maybe if it helped you, you could support it. And fuck, did that work. This space, though, you're here again. And in that corner, you see something. An old, familiar friend. But like in that moment, when you had first met Spike, he's starving. It made sense then. Who knows the last time he had eaten?
I'm gonna run over and like just kind of get on my knees by him. Be like, what happened? T- tell me what you need. What do you need? What's going on?
We cannot share this way. There's not enough.
What do you mean? What do you mean not enough?
Parts of tendril that were like stuck to the wall, sort of stringing him, start to like just sort of lose their adhesion almost, and becoming, for lack of a better term, like a little less of a goopy boy.
No, not less Goopy Boy.
Don't you say such slander to my husband.
How dare you?
There's not. There's not as much there now. He seems really struggling to get more of it. It's them.
Guy has a look on his face like um he's trying to figure it out, and like deep down he knows what Spike means, but is kind of in a moment where he's starting to kind of realize what's happening and doesn't want to accept it.
That little bit, that defiance. Those of you outside nothing has seemed to react really. You see, from what best you can describe as another rage occurs within Levi. This spikeness almost lashing out, and you can see it almost brittle in how it is, less fluid, less organic. There's a slowness, a tightness, and it again, it doesn't even last a full 6 seconds. It's as if it is there in a flash and gone again. And you, okay.
Did I make it to the tea shop or where am I?
I will say, you were probably a little bit ahead. With the stoppage, with the police up in the fourth tier, the group probably got a little bit closer. I could say if you want to, you could probably have had like a, well, all right, we go with everyone else to get through this ordeal, or you could have you headed on it. I'll say it's your decision there.
I'm gonna be at the tea shop.
Does anybody tell us that this is going on, or are we just shopping for tea?
I think it's been enough time, even if it's been like 30 seconds, that Bjorn would call Mayday on the mics. We have an emergency. Everyone, get here now. Something's wrong with Levi.
I think Tenebris walks in on Elior going, "Hi, do you have a blend that's really good for pain relief and stress release?"
And then we get the emergency. Oh no.
Elior's just gonna go, "I will be right back."
Levi, the moment where Bjorn will actively give you a little healing, there's this flash, and you feel this sort of ripping, as if your hair is being tugged at, but sort of maybe more like your skin is being pinched and pulled. I really thought I saw this happening, but I thought you would do what we do. But when you just never left. We always left.
Levi is he's also kind of starting to cripple a little bit while he's next to Levi, and he's starting to kind of be a bit more scared about what's actually happening to him. And he's kind of like starting to like kind of scoop up Spike if he can, and like finds that like he's just like kind of dripping through his fingers. He's like, I'm sorry, I couldn't. I didn't even realize I let it go.
He seems to. He's definitely getting smaller. Now that you're picking up, it's an odd. There's less goop. He's almost like a more of a watery consistency at this point. There's no time. There's no host. That could be.
I don't know what I am without you.
My kind, I believe, are almost mostly gone. We mostly attached like this, but those that survive go more dormant. There's something in this city that I think is making this more rapid. Something my kind fought with for centuries. Levi, will you help me?
Of course, just tell me what to do.
We may not. This may not be reversible.
What? Save you?
He seems to like begin to like flutter and fluctuate, almost like a non-Newtonian fluid, just kind of like bulges and pops, kind of going up. But he's almost like reforming down into this droplet that seems to be shrinking. Let me inside your mind, Levi. No longer.
That was so involuntary.
I no longer have the strength to affect your body, but I have the energy to assist your mind.
How do I do that? I don't know how to do that.
In a moment, I will be but a few drops in your hand. Pour me into your eye, Levi.
Ugh. Okay, that was my turn.
You must.
Did you not? How else is it getting in? Come on, people. We've all played the game. Keep it together. It could always get worse.
You don't need to do this. But it's the only option I have. It may not be the only option you have.
Levi, like he does take a second only to think about why he chose those words. And then he takes up Spike in his palm and is this gonna hurt?
Not me.
Well. Bottoms up, I guess. And he'll take Spike and open up his eye and drop him in.
All right. As soon as it makes contact with your eye, the sort of viscosity that had been keeping the surface tension seems to break, and this inky blackness covers your entire eye. Your vision seems completely gone in that eye. And as you feel it kind of wash, cover, and you can feel this coldness kind of moving back through down your eye stem. The vision doesn't come back. That blackness is still there. But you can feel that coldness. You didn't think you could feel you had nerves within there, but you certainly do as your entire skull begins to go cold and chilly, not freezing, but certainly never felt temperature like this before. And you can feel almost as if moving through an index, a library, fingers crawling through, finding just the right spot, and in dozens, hundreds, thousands of places, finding the crevices, moving in. You can only imagine the color as it spreads like ink poured over your brain. And as soon as you feel that chill move throughout, it's normal. It's what you've always felt like. And there's this sense. It's not, hang on, sight, taste, hearing, smell, touch. What is that? What is that? And in that moment, your body seizes. I imagine you got the call from the tea shop. Did you head directly to where you're called? I imagine at this point, all of you effectively are here. There's probably even a slight crowd that is like moving their way, but they noticed something. One or two that noticed from the beginning, like, what the fuck happened? From the outside, you all saw this moment where Levi was breathing unconscious. And then what seemed to be Spike sort of appearing, and his eye growing, flowing almost like a stream, not coming out, not coming down on his face, but with his eye open like some torrent beneath. And then his body begins to seize. He blinks. And it's gone. His eyes are clear. There's nothing there, though. Levi, within your head, this will take some getting used to.
Yeah, no shit.
And Levi, this room begins to fade. You feel a little dizzy. Maybe a lot dizzy. Your head has had a lot of pressure. And you feel your balance begin to fail you. And the floor comes up at you really quickly. But again, before you hit it, there's no pain. You're just on it. It was above you.
Can I do a history check to see if the void recognizes sort of what's going on with Levi and Spike? If it's witnessed anything similar, in the sense of, I imagine it's done now. I just want to know, like, aftercare.
I like to imagine that Elior bolted through the crowd, and because he's not strong, it's more like a nimble thing. But he has just been panting out of breath over poor Levi this entire time. After Lunar's done, I have a question.
After?
Yes, after.
I would also like to add something.
Lunar, go ahead and roll a history check.
Rolled a 14, so a 16.
You will get seems his symbiosis is transformed in some way. I knew they were capable, but there are so few. Interesting. He will be different.
Tenebris is going to interrupt and say, no, aftercare specifically, please.
Very well. Food. Positivity.
Bjorn?
And he must be reminded, regardless of how much he has changed, that he has not, in fact.
Thank you.
Hang on.
Thank you.
All you really missed is he has woken up now.
So you will see Levi now has a black spot kind of where one third eye usually is. Like a permanent ink spot right over third eye.
Is it bigger than a thumbprint?
It is a little bit bigger than the thumbprint, yes.
Good.
And you will also see a black streak just go through his white hair.
What's going on?
What?
Is he changing? What's going on?
What the hell emotions did I pick up during this before I respond to Bjorn?
I I won't even pretend to know.
I just imagine that it's a pleasure. I just imagine it's like, oh my god, a John Cage number where it's just crashing sounds and like a vocalist singing random notes. But
whose emotions are you trying to read?
I think more so just what's the general vibe I get off this whole situation.
Like you and Spike.
Yeah. And the answer could be I feel nothing. Like, Elior is allowed to have limits to his powers, especially when other players are concerned.
I was unconscious, so.
Oh, there you go.
I'm like unwrapping half the mooncake. I'm unwrapping it and warming it for Levi, and we're gonna just like feed him. I imagine I'm sitting sort of like next to you. So if you're seated.
Yeah, and now I've sat up.
Okay.
With his mouth full of mooncake.
Oh, I'll wait till you say something. I'm not gonna just like.
Oh no, it's funnier that way.
Okay.
I'm on the floor. I'm on the ground. Why am I on the ground?
Elior is going to stand up and offer his hand. But I like the comedic effect that poor Elior is like a tiny twig person. So I don't think he's got the strength to help Levi out. He'll turn to Bjorn as he does this though and go, you don't know?
Bjorn has involuntarily done a pile on top hug on top of Levi.
You will notice that Levi is quite a lot thinner than he was before.
Oh my.
Not emaciated, but
less boof.
Much less physically fit.
Did you go from hench to buff? Or are you not buff anymore?
Not buff anymore.
Okay.
We've gone from muscle bear to otter, is my vision from what we're hearing.
Yeah.
Exactly, Sean. Yes. Yes. Yeah, so you'll see Levi's clothes are very loose on him now. His tattoo is still there. But yeah, outside of the other physical changes that I mentioned. Levi will sit for a second and be like,
No, it's okay.
Spike, he feeds on anger and rage doesn't make him bad. It's just his nature. And I was able to freely give that to him for so long. I was angry at whoever my parents were for not wanting me. I'm angry at the world for taking advantage of my innocence when I was a kid. I'm angry at myself for the things I had to do to survive. But I was able to feed him until I met you all. And I didn't realize that until it was kind of already too late that I had let go of my anger.
Is Spike dead?
He's not dead. He's still with me. Let's just it's gonna take some time for I think both of us to understand exactly what this is, but it's definitely some sort of new arrangement.
But are you okay? Like, you passed out in the middle of the floor. We couldn't wake you up.
Quick question. Are people still crowded around us while this is happening?
No, as soon
Okay.
as the it hit its crescendo as there was a little bit of season, but now he's just like a dude, and you guys are just kind of boring now. There's Goblin Con to look at.
Levi, do you want to have this conversation someplace a little more private?
Right. That would be a good idea.
Private. It's funny.
Oh, okay, good. You're still the same Levi. I'm gonna try to find like an alleyway that is the least sketchy I can find to tuck us into.
Yeah, there's plenty.
Levi's gonna try and get up under his own power as he's getting used to his weaker body.
You
It's an
also
odd
feel
sensation.
strangely calm about it for like, I can't remember how long.
You gave him the it was a warm
Other
moon
half.
cake.
Yeah. Warm. I don't have for how long.
It's about an hour.
Okay. And I'm telling you actively that the mooncake is helping you feel calm about all of this.
Gotcha.
So you're not like weirdly calm and not like unsure about it. Do you get up?
Do I get up, Pat? I don't know what you're making a face.
Sorry. Yeah, you get up, you are wobbly. You feel strange. You feel both lighter, but also like a little odd in your body. Like that like teenage feeling of like, nah, these legs don't quite work like they did yesterday. I feel like they're a little bit longer or something, or there's something weird about them when you go to sort of step, the muscles are working differently than you recall.
So, do you all know the feeling of like when you take the biggest shit. Like I'm talking monumental dookie, right? And you're like on the throne for so long that like your legs kind of go numb. And then you like try and get up and realize that they don't work the way you want them to work. But yet like you feel kind of like you lost a bunch of weight.
Oh
No.
no,
Okay.
that's what triangles mean?
What?
As soon as Levi says Dookie, Klik immediately knows he's fine, and she's gonna try to go sell her autograph for like a couple creds.
Yeah. The joke is that whenever Elior's heard just a triangle resonating, he's never known that's the feeling you're describing.
I gotcha.
I feel like none of us are gonna say yeah, but
But you get it.
hypothetically, let's say that, sure.
No, you get it. You get it.
Well, I don't know if we should assume that, because I don't know if Suds here shits. But hypothetically, let's say some of us who are maybe have experience. So you're not dead.
I don't know. I'm standing here, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Unless
I'm dead.
I'm dead and you're all like part of my consciousness or something.
Definitely not dead.
Definitely not dead. Thank you, Sud.
All right. Do we need to get you to an alleyway to get a breather? Do we need to go back to the hotel?
I need food. I need like
I do
like a
not have
salad,
any.
maybe
food.
like a good fresh salad.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Maybe like a good cup of tea.
Oh no.
What?
Fuck are you?
Elior, you see Elior smile, and then you see Elior like go straight face, and then smile and go, Levi, are you sure? It doesn't have whiskey in it.
Or meat.
Or coffee.
My side piece has become a soft bottom. No.
Or drops to his knees. No.
In front of my salad and tea. You know, I had told that couple at the shop that we'd be back to see them, but I can check if we can go back tomorrow, and we should get some rest.
Probably not a bad idea.
Not if you start playing Troy Sivan. You know what he did to me.
It took me too long. I'm so sorry. I should have been faster for you.
I am gonna need new clothes, it seems.
Eat first, and weekend clothing later.
I mean, we're in the nicest hotel in the area. We can just get you some room service. Yeah. A lot of room service if you need it.
Oh, people can like bring me food?
Yeah, it's one of the perks of a fancy hotel.
And
Oh my
we
god.
and we can bring you tea. I have a very nice blend I've heard of that's great for pain and stress relief.
Oh,
Wait, I thought you didn't
I
buy
am
it yet.
open.
It's just a running. It's just a bit.
Sorry.
No, I love it.
This is
Like
a
Levi will start
reoccurring
to
bit.
Levi will start to walk back towards the hotel, kind of like leaning on Bjorn.
Mhm.
Do I get like a bell? Can I like ring a bell? I always wanted to do that.
I mean, normally you just call it in, but we could find you a bell.
Can I call them all wenches, or is that
No,
offensive?
That's pretty rude.
No,
Oh.
no,
Okay,
no.
all right,
It's-
okay.
There's a shop called Bell's. Sorry, I thought just
Like,
Maybe
do they
we will
sell
pick
just
up
bells?
the bells on the way then.
I don't
Weirdly
know.
enough, they just sell really good poultry seasoning.
Maybe they have tea.
We gotta check out bells tomorrow,
Okay.
whatever that is.
I feel like
You know,
you
it's a
need to
fancy-
get yourself a Bjorn bell. That would be fun.
Ooh, a Bjorn.
Oh, like a sex bell.
A Kashak bell.
I'm-
Different bells indicating which
could-
hole I want you to put your penis in, right?
Now I know what 2 triangles means.
You've been on the ship for weeks being like, why is there like a ding-a-ling every now and then? What's that chime mean?
What is higher than the other?
There's always like 20 minutes and then immediately it goes again. What's going on?
Well, no, canonically, sex is the saxophone, but just like specifically Careless Whisper played in different keys.
always-
Careless Whisper played on a triangle. Wait, I
No, I
gotta check.
actually like to think I like to think your version is every time it gets to the end of a phrase, there's a triangle, so it's da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da, ding.
So you guys are heading back to the hotel?
I think so.
Yeah, I'll stop by the antique shop to see if they'll be okay with us doing a consultation tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll Deborah will oh yeah, sure. We'll try and gather our information and talk to you in the morning.
I will also buy a blend of tea from the tea shop down the road that is good for pain and stress relief before I do this.
You are successful in that procurement.
Uh, and
What is
then
in
I-
this tea that makes it so good for pain? Please tell me.
Vicodin.
I was gonna say CBD, but like that also.
That's just a flower here that it has CBD in it. Sorry. Extraplanetary stuff.
It's a flower that's just Vicodin.
Yeah, it's just called Vicodin. Yeah. I
Nice.
think that's called opium.
Oh, I love Vicodin season.
Trader Joe's, everything but the Vicodin. You guys head back to the hotel, and the room service is pretty robust here. You are able to get if you truly do want your salad, you're able to get a nice salad, but there are lots of entrees, appetizers, sandwiches that you can get even at this hour. And realistically, you can order most of the menu for like a credit or 2. So really not well pricey, but for the rich folks that you all are, not too far out of the budget. Anything you all would like to do this evening before settling down, aside from feasting?
Oh, Elliot will talk to Levi one-on-one at some point, but I'm getting up to get a drink. So
I can stall.
I'll
It's
probably
round 3 with
Oh,
that fucking point. That fucking thing. Hang on.
I'll probably try to find Klik on the ship at some point too.
What did I do?
Yeah, you've been bad. You've been so mean, and no, I got magical items. Seems like the place to take them. Are you? Are we on the ship? Oh no, we're not on the ship. We're on
We're-
the.
Yeah,
hotel.
you're in a nice hotel suite.
Okay. Sorry, who am I staying with? Are we all into the same room?
I think you guys
no.
had the options to everyone have your own room. I
Okay.
think you bought the suite where Levi and Bjorn are staying together, but there were rooms for everyone else. There probably is a room with 2 twin beds. I won't force that though, but that's usually how I just see a hotel room.
I have 2 requests. One is that it's one of those hotels. It's like super bougie where like all of our bedrooms are attached to like a central like lounge room. And
Yeah,
the other
that's how
is
your suite works.
it would be great if some people had bunk beds, even if they have their room to
Oh
themselves.
my god, we are on the same page because I was gonna say I want this to be like a super bougie like suite room where it's like
Yeah.
meant for like a family and this is like the bougiest fucking bunk bed you've ever seen. And I would totally room with someone in a fucking bunk bed if somebody would do that with me.
What's
Yeah,
the
it's
I'll
nautical
put the top one
equivalent?
because I'm real short. I can still stand.
What's the nautical equivalent of like a race car bed? Like a shell bed?
A pirate ship bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sunken pirate ship.
So yeah.
Bunk
I
bed.
want it
Peanut.
for real.
You can't get. I was gonna say you
I
cannot
want
get
it
one for real.
So
They don't. They don't. They have weight limits on them, which is bullshit.
Uh, so I will say, said you are able to find Klik, probably somewhere in the brig in her sunken pirate ship bunk bed playhouse.
She's like playing pirate. Arr, mateys.
Hi, Click. What are you up to?
Hey there, Captain. Come aboard, matey.
Okay.
I don't know
I-
anything about actual sea pirates. I only know about space pirates.
I don't know what the difference is, but they sound cool. Anyway, I might have did something a little pirate-y, I guess.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Well, good. Well, first of all, I got some items from I can't Ziploc, I think.
Xerox, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. And I figured you could keep a secret.
Are they?
Xerox
I
lives on.
might have gotten something that we could use. And I'll dump out my little bag. I have a backpack, a tiny backpack.
Whoa.
And it's a pot lid with a wing on it. And there's a small staff with a notch. Those are really the 2 main things that I am showing, I guess.
I
Do
feel
you-
like I have a way of identifying things, but I keep meaning to research how my character works, and I keep forgetting.
I just
I'm
figured.
not tired.
If it didn't sound passive aggressive or condescending, I was going to offer office hours for mechanics. People wanted to talk combat strategy because I'm sure Elior would have that conversation with people.
That's true. If I ever can't use my vacuum, I know who to go to.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
I can cast identify as a ritual, so I can identify all these motherfucking things. Well, I guess first off, where did you find them? They look very nice and shiny. You said Ziploc shop. Right, you already said that. Oh boy, I'm just very flustered by the shiny and how much of it there certainly is.
Well, I was scared, and when I get scared, I just latch on to things.
Question for you: where did you fit it?
I have a back.
Small creature.
Like the whole time, the backpack's just been like this bizarre shit.
It's like a backpack in the shape of a guitar.
Yeah, it's like, what is he doing? Like, just no one asks questions.
Just homework in there.
Love it.
All right, cool. Yeah, she probably won't notice these missing. What do we got here, Patty?
What have we got here? Let's see. You got your shield. Dun 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 dun. This shield with a wing on it. You roll your It's not even a roll. You just do
Nope,
investigation.
I just identify it.
Troy used to make that such a difficult, like, oh, you got this thing. Maybe you'll learn what it does. It's like, dude, that's a fucking bardic instrument. Just use it, man. Just making sure.
Troy grew up in the OG days, though. Like he played
Yeah, he
OG D&D. He's not just gonna give it to you.
he never stood a chance.
I like to think that her identify is like her hitting it in various angles with her hammer. Just being like ting, like listening to the ding, like hitting it somewhere else, and like
Gotta be.
Yeah, as you work
10
through
minutes of dinging.
its properties, this is an interesting little item. You have identified this as an animated shield. While holding the shield, you can take a bonus action to cause it to animate. The shield will leap into the air and flutter in space to protect you as if you were wielding it, leaving your hands free. The shield remains animate for 1 minute until you take a bonus action to end this effect, or you die, or you have the incapacitated condition. At which point the shield will fall to the ground or into your hand if you have one free.
Wow.
That is dope.
Love the animated shields.
You need a shield?
Probably. I think we find out what all of these things are
Okay.
first.
I think you should have it.
You're so nice. I don't know what to do with you if I'm being honest. You're just like so sweet.
Me neither.
Fuck. I really like you, man. Person.
I don't know what I am, but I'm happy.
You're Sud. You get to decide what you are.
I am Sud.
What do you want to be?
I am Sud.
That was fun. I could listen to that for 10,000 years.
All right. That's all I say.
All right.
Oh my god.
Let's ding another thing.
Yeah, it's wooden staff
this-
with a notch.
Yeah, let's do the staff. I really want to know
Wooden
what the staff
with a
is.
notch.
The druid in me is dying to know what that
Yeah.
staff is, even though I can't use it.
Or just like tears a hole in reality and just like grabs it and leaves.
I don't know. I had the glass staff from our first quest. I don't think I ever would have gotten rid of it.
Hmm.
It's like a wand, not even a staff, just like the size of me.
You thought it was a staff because it's as tall as you are.
Yeah.
Although Klik probably would think it was a staff too.
True.
I don't. How tall are you?
I don't know. The depiction that I kind of drew felt right. Like next to you, like he's really small. He's you pick him up like a coffee bag. Like he's small, like really, maybe even tiny. I don't even know, but for some reason he can still go 30 feet or whatever it is in a turn.
So you are smaller than me, but you go faster than me? That's some fucking horseshit.
He's
Power
a
of
coffee
coffee.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
With
really
that much
energetic.
coffee, you'd go
I
fast.
ride a mechanical beetle into war.
That's pretty sick though.
Is it full of coffee?
Good question.
No. It's full of love dedication and oil, probably. Not oil.
Also, Pat, no stress if you can't find
No,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to find what the session where I had that. I knew what the animated stuff was, but I'm trying to.
Well, I try to. Okay, so I have to imagine that I usually ding metal things. So digging a wooden staff is probably harder. And I'm trying to like, hey, son, can you hear anything? What the fuck is
Yeah.
this thing?
You know what? While I grab that, Elior, you said you wanted to have a chat with Levi.
Ryan.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I got distracted by a couple of emerging news stories.
You're good. You said you wanted to
Yeah,
have
there's a lot
chat with
happening in the
Levi?
last hour.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. I think it's no different than it was an hour ago at the end of the day, but it was still a lot.
Mm.
Oh, that's good.
That being said, a judge did rule that the National Guard is back in control of LA. So that is good. That's a good thing. Anyway,
Orders not going in effect until 3 p.m. Saturday, though. So.
Oh, come on.
Friday, I think it's tomorrow. I won't belabor
Oh,
it.
tomorrow? Oh, okay.
I'm confident that I have to remain as realistic and whatnot as I can. But back to the game. I think that Elior, much like Ryan, is very tired and has been spending his whole day dealing with a lot of big feelings. And probably waits until the lounge area has calmed down so he can like sort of quietly shuffle through the suite room to knock on Levi's door very softly, assuming he doesn't hear saxophones and triangles.
Please, he's recovering. There's just one singular, like, very light triangle.
No, but like really is Bjorn in the room with Levi?
Ryan, to quote a song that you can't stop singing around the house, I did hand stuff, I did leg stuff, I did, what was the other line from the song?
I did leg things and hand stuff and single woman banter.
What song is that from?
That is Take a Sexy Picture of Me by CMAT, which is somewhat blowing up on TikTok, I think, right now. Is a very good song. The whole song, like the excerpt is quirky, but the whole song is very good.
Anyway, so yeah, we did the leg things and the hand stuff. We're good. We're done for now.
But are you still in the room? Is the question.
Probably I leave right when you're coming, if that's
Oh.
okay.
What?
That's an evocative sentiment. So I'm going to sneak and I'm going to knock lightly and see if Levi responds.
Levi will have his mouth full of something, but he will try and shout, "Come in."
All Elior here is muffled, mouth full of something, screaming, "Come in," and has to do a double take to make sure Bjorn is gone or there isn't somebody else in the hotel. And then we'll walk in the room. Hi.
Oh, hi. Milkshake, and you'll see Levi has like 6 mostly drank chocolate milkshakes just like sitting around him, and he's got like kind of like chocolatey stuff around his mouth.
Elior's pajamas are like this very cute little, like it looks like a dad pajama set from the 50s, kind of. It's like a little purple robe and little green shirt, but he still looks like a normal ass person. He doesn't look pretentious. And he's just got his little hibiscus teacup. And he's gonna be like, "Oh, no, I'm okay with my tea. Did you want any tea?"
Oh, well, you don't have to make it for me.
I like making tea, Levi.
Yeah, I thought I wanted salad, and then I tried to take a bite of salad, and I realized I didn't want salad. But I do want tea. I want to try tea.
Oh, I forgot your new. I am going to pick out a black tea that is. We have a blend in our house that's what, brandy black tea?
Yeah, apricot brandy.
Yeah, I want to do a variant of that from my apparently never-ending satchel of loose leaf teas. Did we roll that prestidigitation allows me to heat it up to like tea steeping temperature?
Yeah.
I'll pull out another little cup that I have in my bag and I'll heat it up. You see the little flower patterns on the teacups, sort of like the little circuits of different colors swirl around in knit patterns, like little knit bees, and then it'll settle down and be. Oh, put it in. Give it about 4. Ryan forgets how long to steep black tea. Steep it for the required amount of time. Part of the fun of it is waiting.
What? That sounds stupid.
Well, when you think about it, if you're waiting for the tea to steep and you're not doing anything else, it's just 5 minutes where you don't have to do anything. You just have to wait.
So
But that's
we
only.
just
But that's
we
only
just
if.
sit here.
No, that's only if you're alone. We can talk.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't know if that was like part of the like I don't know, like a tea drinking ceremony or something where you don't talk for 5 minutes.
Oh, no. It's just what I do.
Okay, that's fine.
I'd ask how you're feeling. Which is Ryan's way of saying, do I sense any sensations or emotions off of Levi?
Um, yeah, you where before were you always kind of I would say you would still hear his genuine emotions, but they were kind of like staticky. And what I mean by that is like prickly a little bit. Um, it's like even when he's happy, he has a little bit of like attitude to his happiness. That's gone. You his music, his emotional music is still pretty rudimentary and simple. Um, but it's a lot rounder now, smoother.
I'm imagining like lo-fi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the god love. Sorry.
Like the what?
There's a god named.
Oh, like the I'd ask how you're feeling, but I think I can kind of tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you still want me to tell you?
If you want to.
It's weird. Um, it's kind of hard to explain where like I feel him less, but I also feel a lot more. Or maybe now I'm just starting to feel me. Does that make sense?
You're going to see Elior in like a very well dressed like a 1950s dad going to bed, like in a very mom fashion, is walking around picking up the milkshake containers, like, and putzing around as he does this next part. No, I understand. It just happened so fast. I think we were concerned. I was concerned.
Well, sorry to scare you. I to be frank, I kind of a surprise. Uh, yes and no. I think deep down, I think that a moment like that was coming, but I just didn't know when it would happen or what would happen when it happens.
Did you mean what you said? That the crew has helped you release some of your anger?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't really realize it until kind of the moment kind of forced me to notice. But I think for as long as Spike and I were together, he was all that I had for a long time, but even so, we kind of used each other a little bit. And I think that might have originally just been probably the beginning of the end, but neither of us knew it. And then, even though he was with me, like it, it wasn't a kinship, if that makes any sense. It's like we were allies. We were working towards a similar goal.
Oh, symbiosis.
What's that?
It's a word that means that two things that are normally separate come together and they benefit one another. And there are different kinds. There's really only one of them that's bad. Most of the time, the two separate things come together and make something almost new because they need each other.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, and I think he realized that I had found true friendship, and I think in that I realized that I didn't need to hold on to that anger anymore. And I think inherently started to let him go a little bit.
Must have been a very fragile thing if it happened so fast.
Well, I don't know if it did. I think this might have been in the works since the beginning, but neither of us realized it.
But he's still with you.
Yeah, I thought the fucker was gonna croak for a minute. But we tried this new arrangement. I don't know what this means for him or for me, but we've had each other's back so long. I wasn't going to turn my back on him.
I didn't think you would. This is about the point where Elior is going to come over to your teacup and take out the little loose leaf metal thing. I never know what the technical term is for the steep trainer. Thank you. Pull it out and dab it. It's ready.
Oh, okay. What do we do?
You close your eyes. No, I like to close my eyes. Bring the cup to the lower part of my lip. Take a breath through my nose to get a smell. And then a very light sip.
Oh, fuck, it's still hot. Let me try again.
That's why you can let it rest, Levi. It's why you sip first.
Okay, all right. Levi will put it down.
When I met you all not too long ago, each of you seemed afraid and scared about something. And in the short time we've been together, something's changed. And it's nice and it's scary. And it means we have to trust each other in order to work together as a crew. Because if we're changing and growing, we need to know that we have each other's backs.
Agree.
So thank you.
For what?
For trusting us.
Levi's a little surprised by that statement, only in the sense that he doesn't know any other way.
But to not trust, yeah. I feel very silly making today about me, but can I tell you something?
Yeah, please.
Because I've found with you that whenever you share something about yourself, I feel it's important to tell you something about me because I don't want to be a stranger to you. I don't want to be a stranger to any of you.
You aren't one. I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, David.
I was going to say, I mean, I think we all show who we are without having to say anything.
I've been thinking about leaving home for a really long time. I had a good life back on planet Echo. I had a solid roof over my head, and I had friends, or at least one friend, and I had steady work. But one day, I realized that something was wrong. And that something had always been wrong. And I didn't really know how to put words to it. It's just, I always lived with my mom, and she was really good to me. And she talked all about me, and she helped me get jobs and work because she really liked me. But every time we were together, which was a lot because we lived together, the house was never quiet. It was just that sound all the time. The one I showed you the other day.
Right.
Every time I told my mom I wanted to leave the planet, the sound would get so unbearable it would almost give me a migraine. I'd tell her how I wanted to go on big adventures, and she'd get so tense it was almost as if the string was going to snap. And she didn't show it on her face, and she didn't even always say it in her voice, but I felt it all the time, constantly. A friend of mine left the planet. I thought about it for a while. And I thought, and I thought, and I thought, and I thought. And one day the noise just got so loud that I said, the minute I find a listing for a ship that I trust, I'm going to get on that ship and go. And I opened my pad and I saw Lyra's ship was looking for people. And I left. I didn't tell her I was going. I left a note. I had a bag already packed. Because I needed the quiet. I didn't realize that I had lived with that sound for so long that it never really wanted to leave me either. And I let it make decisions for me, and I wanted it to go away. And it's quiet now, but it hasn't really gone away. So I understand what you're saying, Levi, about changing and holding on to a piece of yourself, because I can't get it to stop. But it feels a lot easier when I'm with you.
I don't know the whole dynamics of your relationship with your mother. Um, I have a feeling that it would probably go away or at least get better if we go to Echo and help you hash it out with your mom.
Maybe someday, Levi. I think I didn't realize that whatever that part of my mom was is also a part of me. And I have to figure out how to work with it. Wow, that felt. Oh. You just see all Elior's muscles, which have been tense since Lyra died, just like unravel for a second.
This is the time where we drink the tea, huh?
I think this is the time that we drink the tea, Levi. To friends?
Anyways,
Clink. And we'll go ahead and sip the tea.
All right. Nice.
Hope I didn't step all over your plot moment, David. That just came to me in a vision as I was getting a drink.
oh, no. It's wonderful.
Um, Back in the pirate ship bed, Klik, you look over this knotted piece of wood. There's this gem sort of stuck in the notch. and you are able to identify this. This is an interesting item. It is generally known as the Scion of Eurydice. It has a few uses. Its main two are it functions as an immovable rod.
Okay.
Shut up,
Stand in its
Shut
place.
the fuck up.
And the second is with a command word. It is able to turn into a 30-foot climbing vine that can be put at any space and will climb up to 30 feet from where you placed it. And any creature who attempts to climb it will gain a climbing speed and be able to ascend. The third thing that is able to do is dependent strictly upon the gem, and upon use, the gem will crumble, and you will need to find another source from a dryad. The protective aura that you can generate, Eurydice's kindness. As an action, you can plant the staff in the ground, whereupon the rod's head will shed a bright light in a 60-foot radius and a dim light for an additional 60 feet. While in that bright light, your allies gain a +1 bonus to armor class and saving throws, and can sense the location of any invisible creature that is also in that bright light. At the end of 10 minutes, or upon action to pull the rod from the ground, the gem will turn to dust.
Whoa.
Boy.
So what does it do?
It's really cool. I feel like we should maybe give it to Elior, or Elior's not.
I think you should have it.
I love you so much. You're the best.
I'll drink to
I
that.
unfortunately can't screw in anything with this. It doesn't help me do that. I find this completely useless.
I
Aside
think you're
from-
not thinking hard enough.
It says it's made by this guy Aura Ducey, and it's for Elior. It's for Elior. I love you. It's for Elior.
All right.
You can press a button and it doesn't move. It's a vine that turns into 30 feet long. I don't know how any of this magic shit works.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
Yeah, I'm not really into it.
Better
I
off
mean,
with.
I'm into it, but I'm not into it. You know.
Oh, I would just use it as a staff. So it just confuses me.
Like a walking stick.
Yeah, sometimes I get tired.
Don't you roll?
I can. You want? Son will just start
Oh my
thought you had
god.
wheels.
like the orb, like his head orb is just like rotating in a circle, and it's like.
It's hard to tell what kind of feet you have in the picture.
Yeah, it's literally a bag.
You just like make little feet out of it and you waddle.
Yeah, it's like, you know how like you
I
can
thought
pinch
you
a
had
corner.
wheels.
No, yeah, like if you know you can pinch the corners of bags and it has like little. That's kind of what he's got. But like for some reason he's able to like carry trays and like.
It's giving Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, a little bit, but you know, he's only level 4.
I'm
Is
so
level
excited.
20 Sud just like ginormous?
Just keep
We've covered
growing.
this. It's the guy from the Claire Obscure.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I have no intention, but anything can happen. Anything's possible.
I don't know.
That's
I
what-
feel like this would be good for Elior, but I kind of want you to have it.
I
And I'm
mean,
not just saying this like you're saying this to be nice. Like I kind of think you should have it.
Okay.
If you say the
got it.
command word, Patrick, can we make up what the command word is?
Yeah, that's the funnest part of command words.
Oh my God, Sud, what do you want the command word to be? Can it be something dumb?
About
Please.
beans.
Yes, that's
Yes.
I'm sure we are never going to say the word beans.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
shit. That's
The fact that saying beans will effectively grow you a beanstalk is just
That's pretty
choice.
Wait,
awesome.
is it just anytime someone says the word beans? Because now I'm imagining Sud saying it and getting caught in an immovable rod.
He's a coffee maker. He's
Yeah.
going to say
Oh.
coffee beans at some
oh
point.
All the
shit.
time.
All the time.
That's why I was asking. I also just love the visual of Sud saying it and the vine coming out like confetti.
Yeah.
Beans.
It happened again.
It only happens once. That's the issue.
Oh, right.
Sud, was there one other item that you had?
There was
So I found where my list was, and I'm embarrassed because I had saved it specifically on this page, and I have 3 items in a list, and I was like, where are they? I can't find them anywhere because I didn't put them in any note. And literally on my the item lookup page, there's specifically like, oh, what are these 3 items? Oh, animated shield. Oh, fuck. Okay. The third item is a waxy God damn it. God damn it.
Come on, Patty,
Say
what is
that.
it?
A waxy it's a candle.
oh right.
Nope,
It's a
no,
candle.
say it again.
I was gonna say a waxy stick, but no, it's a candle. That's what a waxy stick is.
Wacky
This you identify as a candle of the deep. The flame of this candle is not extinguished when immersed in water. It gives off light and heat like a normal candle. And that's it.
You didn't help
Storm
your
had
case by
one.
calling it the waxy candle of the deep.
Yeah.
You can stick this anywhere and it'll keep on glowing.
Too waxy.
Too waxy.
Okay, can we try something really fast?
Yeah.
Lubricating the candle.
No.
Fire sex tape.
Yes. I'm gonna fire this baby up. I imagine there's like a torch or something nearby I can just
Yeah.
fire. And pirate ship bed is. I'm gonna just dunk it in the closest water I can find. Come here, come.
Keep burning.
Look.
I can't see. I'm below the sink.
Fuck! I leave it in the water. I'm gonna have to pick up the bag so that the bag can see.
Ooh. When Sud sees it, the dust in his head that's kind of mixing around like a constant flow of dust, it starts to like sparkle like neurons.
It's so fun. Why is this useful? I don't know.
But it's pretty cool.
But it's pretty cool.
Oh, best day ever.
I feel like
A woman.
Black a woman. All right. Man, I don't want to tell anybody we have these things because you did such a good job of stealing them in the first place. But I'm trying to be a team player because of being a part
Well,
of
I'll
the
give them to
team.
you, and you can decide what to do with them.
Oh, fuck, it's so much responsibility, and you make better choices than I do. So annoying.
Okay.
Your thing.
I don't know when I turn into angsty teenager, 40-year-old gnome, but that's happening.
Well, for helping me out, you get first pick. Is there anything that you want? Guess not.
No,
No.
let's bring it to the team and let's see. I don't like to take first dibs on stuff because I just don't.
What
don't
would a
know.
pirate do?
What?
What would a pirate do?
Not tell them and take all of them.
Arg.
My God.
Maybe we just hold on to them for a little while.
Okay. You hold on to them. I have enough. I can barely carry them. But thank you so much
Why
for
don't you
helping.
keep the candle? Because it's the most fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put the candle right next to my goblin bomb.
Perfect. The candle that
Is
you
it
literally
still on
can't put
fire?
out.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
anyway.
you gotta pinch the wick on this candle to
Okay,
put it
yeah,
out.
I'll do that. That's
All right.
You immediately make coffee.
you hear
You guys
bubbling.
ever like love a D&D character so much it like makes you angry?
I have a feeling about that of each and every one of you, at least once a week. But said, yeah, if there's a scoreboard, you're winning at the moment.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Want to be clear, everyone's on the board.
I'm so interested to see where the inevitability of D&D takes everyone. And by level 17, it's like, okay, Sud's got one eye. He doesn't use a bag anymore. He actually just uses an air elemental for a body that he's controlled with a mind spirit that he got off of a deal with the devil. And he has a cool tattoo.
And Eleanor wears an eye patch.
Yeah.
He's just a floating orb now. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Anything could happen.
I don't
Is
think
anything
we've played near, but I'm thinking of a meal, Ben.
Mm,
You doing okay there, honey?
yeah.
Good response.
Oh, you're very
Mm.
sleepy.
Is there anything anyone else wanted to do on this evening before it's around 1 o'clock now before you all hit the hay?
I think Bjorn might want to have a conversation with Levi tomorrow, but we can cut that into the future.
Okay.
I need to have a conversation with that star map.
Wow, we have a whole itinerary. We have a job to pick up. We have to meet Zeal Talk still. We have to figure out what's going on with Levi now. Which I think I followed what that whole thing was, like mechanically speaking, but it's for you to show.
All right.
Also, Tyler, sex tape.
Well, as most of you drift off, some of you not requiring it, we will end this day. And which actually I think happened in real time as far as like timeline goes. I think you guys spent from 11:30 to 1 in the morning, and we spent from 8 to 10:30. So effectively we went minute for minute in this one.
Whoa.
But
Does that ever happen before?
I think only ever in combat, which doesn't really work because combat goes way slower than real time. But we've that's usually when it gets closest to like, oh, you guys took about an hour and we took 3. But anyway, I think that's a good place to call it for the night, and we'll pick up in the morning here in this lovely hotel with a few decent threads to take you through this city of Rebma.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was so
Cool.
fun. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good one,
Yeah.
guys.
So,
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.